Welcome to Disruptive Sales, show number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. It's been a couple of weeks since my last video, and what really motivated me is I had a call yesterday from a potential client, a specific personal potential client, salesperson, who's working on his own brand in his business, and asked me when's my next video coming out. So really getting motivated to actually sit down, buckle down, and actually do this video. I want to talk about POI, persons of influence, people of interest, that we're going to talk about. I also want to talk about what's important to you. I'll let you know what's important to me, what is my drive, and this video's focus book by Robert Herjavec, How You Don't Have to Be a Shark. If you take a look, I have flagged a lot of the stuff over here. Recently I saw Robert in Chicago. He inscribed it to me. He really lives up to the billing of being the nice shark. But I'll talk a little bit more about that later. His buddy's book, Power of Broke by Damon John, we're going to talk about and focus on in the next video or the next show. So let's talk about what's important. We're going to reverse engineer it. What's important to you? What's important to me? So this is not an interactive show yet. Therefore, I'm going to tell you what's important to me. What's important to me are people. I have a desire and really a need to help another person. That could be my inner DNA that I get from my dad. It can be just my characteristic. It could be my upbringing. But I generally want to help other people. Sometimes it's to my detriment, which is my weakness of saying no. Who can I meet with without it having a negative effect on my time or on my business? So why do I like helping people? It just feels good. I mean, when you make that commission from the sale of that real estate deal or the build out of the new furniture for that floor, or I don't know, heck, helping someone get rid of their garbage and their waste for a new client that's moving into a new building. To me, it's not the rush of the commission. It's not the fee. It's not the money that you make. To me, the high that I get is directly correlated in someone has a need. I'm providing it to them. They trust me with their business, and I come through for them, and hopefully along the way save them some money. I'm not at the point yet where I can just do that pro bono, but that really is my goal, to be able to help people without having to charge them and not rely on it as a source of income. So again, Gary Vaynerchuk, if you're listening, what is my goal? My goal is to get to the point where I can continue to help people either monetarily or one-on-one consulting with them without having to charge them and not relying it as a source of income. Okay, so people of interest, let's talk about that. I was asked a question recently, and I talk about it in my book, Get in the Game. You can directly sell and market to your target audience, your clients, your prospective clients. For example, let's say you are a life insurance broker. You can directly market to high-end, affluent, wealthy individuals, attorneys that are up in their field, doctors, business owners, executives, and you can call 25 to 50 a day and maybe get 1 or 2 appointments. Or instead, you can go to a POI, a person of influence, which I consider that type of person in your category. Let's say you're that life insurance person, who is someone that is constantly in front of that target audience, those people that you want to be introduced to, but are producing or are supplying and offering a different service or product than you. For example, if you're doing life insurance, you would want to be introduced to somebody that is talking to other people. Let's say they're a concierge, they're a ticket broker for operas or for high-end ticket events, sports events, or a yacht broker. Let's go into the insurance field. Let's say you are an insurance broker, an insurance agent for a company that provides group health insurance. They're not doing life insurance. They're not selling what you do. They're selling yachts. They're selling event tickets. They're selling things that they need for their company. And if you can get in touch with those 1 or 2 people and collaborate with them and be someone that they rely on It's got to be a give and take. If you're going to ask them for them to introduce you to their network, you have to have the network and have the ability to introduce them to your clients. And if you're selling life insurance, you're not selling group insurance, group health insurance. You're not selling the opportunity for yachts. You're not selling or introducing them specifically to ticket events, floor seats when Dwayne Wade comes back, I believe in November, Chicago versus Miami. What you are selling is something that can add to the value that they're providing to their clients. And if you get that right person, that they can go ahead and put you in touch with their clientele, I'd rather have 4 or 5 of those and work on a daily basis getting in front of those people than calling the 40 to 50 clients a day that you can directly be put in front of. How do you do that? You have to bring value. You have to set a meeting and ask them, I love the space that you're in. I follow you. I love the type of work that you do. What can I do for you? What kind of value can I bring to you? How can I help you? I want to be part of what you are. I want to be part of your network, your brand. Don't even ask what they can do for them. For some people, that takes more effort than just saying it. But if you inherently and genuinely feel it, and it comes over on the phone or in person when you're sitting having a cup of coffee across the table from them, they will genuinely take that offer and tell you, you can introduce me to this type of person. Tell me about your business. And now you're just talking. At some point, they're going to say, thank you so much, Randy. Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you so much, Gary. And what they're going to do is then go ahead, tell me more about your business. What can I do for you? And then there's a real relationship. And then you have a business partner. I'd rather have 4 or 5 of those lieutenants than 500 soldiers on the field looking for that next potential prospect. And I try to use analogy of war because business is war. And that's why you prepare for it. And that's why you invest in it. All right, let's go on to talk about the book. I recently went to a conference a couple weeks ago, the Sage Summit. Met some unbelievable people there. Unbelievable people. Sophia, meeting you alone was worth the entire trip, and I know we're going to collaborate on some great things. Jennifer, I'm going to be sending you an email very soon about the collaboration that Sage can do for startups in Miami. Steven is the CEO of Sage. Really, really impressed with him and his chief of staff, Andreas. I waited a couple weeks, wanted you guys to get back to England. Stephen, I really hope that you did pass on those pair of cufflinks to your friend Sir Richard Branson, as you said that you would. I would love to hear back regarding with that. So enough name dropping. Robert Herjavec is known as the nice shark on Shark Tank, but has a great story. And since Dale Carnegie's book, How to Influence Friends and How to Win Friends and Influence People, that I've read 7-8 times, and you should read it, but we're not talking about that book. I have not encountered a book that has been closest to talking about old school, real sales, communication, building relationship until I read Robert's book. Here's the book. You have to get this book. And it talks a lot about the ideas and the philosophy that I have developed into Disruptive Sales mantra, into my philosophies on how I go about doing business. So that's the book for this week. There is not going to be a Sunday morning walk and talk. It is a fast day. It's the second or the longest fast day of the Jewish religion. It recaps the destruction of the temple of our time. A very, very sad, sad day. So I won't be doing a walk and talk Disruptive Sales interactive Periscope or a live Facebook, but I would love some comments below on the YouTube video if you could put there on what is important to you. Why do you do what you do? If it's the money, be honest, say it's the money. But you're making the money not just to spend. Why are you making the money? Is it for your family? Is it to support your original family? Is it to live a life of luxury? Is it because of the kids? You want to put them through college? That's okay. But why is it that you do what you do? And if you can't answer that, then you're doing the wrong thing. People who are doctors want to help people. People that are lawyers, I think, get into it because they want to help people until they actually become lawyers. If it is somebody that is in sales and business, Why are they in sales and business? Obviously, you have to believe in what you do and the company and the product and service that you are providing. So again, you can email me at elliot@disruptivesales.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Elliot1T or Sales Disruptor. Got more than two Twitter platforms. But let's interact and shout out to Chris of Nissan, who is always jumping on when I got my interactive periscopes going on or my live Facebooks. I'm waiting to hear next week, Chris, what you've done to change to go from number 3 in your dealership to number 1. Have you done anything different? Have you gone onto Facebook like I told you about advertising? It's cheap. It's so worth it, targeted advertising on Facebook. Have a great weekend, everybody. Elliot Grossbard, Disruptive Sales, and a shout out to my friend Ellie Neufeld of Don't Hate the King and Represent. And I can't wait to hear great things following your meeting at Nike. Have a great weekend, everybody.